Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to TerraTech Legion. It is effectively a TerraTech spin-off, but also a bullet heaven, which sounds fun to me. We'll see how it goes, but it is available right now as part of the Steam Next Fest, and let's check it out. Looks like we only have one character we can play as at the moment. She's got just kind of a generic car. It doesn't look like I can do any, like, initial modifications to my vehicle, so I'm just gonna have to make do. And yeah, this involves steering, so I'm gonna have to actually worry about how things are organized a little bit. I can charge enemies, which is kind of nice, and we get a treasure chest of some variety. I'm gonna have to work on... Oh, good. The enemies have, like, very specific attack zones. So we get, let's see, health and impact damage, max speed, less grip, more health. I'll go for the bumper, because I can probably get that out of the way. Let's see, so we could get another ZK, which is the gun I'm using. 16 damage, 5 shots per second, but does not shoot omnidirectionally. Or a blaster, which shoots in every direction. Let's go for a blaster. Okay, and put that away. I'm going to put the blaster up top, and the bumper in front. Alright, there we go. So I guess the one problem with the one problem potentially with the blaster is it's going to shoot things behind me, which means I'm going to have to go back and actually collect stuff, which could be a little on the tricky side. We will see. The lighting reminds me, I want to say more of TerraTech Worlds than regular TerraTech, and maybe I'm wrong on this. I'd have to go back and play OG TerraTech at some point. Damn. This got messy really fast. We need more guns. Let's see. Sprint wheel. I don't want to lose grip. Grip is kind of important to me here. Well, let's grab a second blaster. Slap them on. Put that there. And yeah, I have a wheel. Oh, good. It's symmetrical. So this just... Oh, it's a grip wheel. It just gives us some more grip. Okay. So more grip means more turning radius, which is good. Yeah, so the omnidirectional wheels are actually a bit of a problem. Not a huge one. Or not wheels. Omnidirectional guns. Bit of a problem is they don't shoot directly in front of me. They shoot wherever. Which is a little tricky. Okay, scanning radar. I like that. And a diamond drill. Hold up. Damage knockback makes the impacts more fun by adding new holes to things. Let's slap that in the front. Slap a radar on the back. We've got one of these. Rotate. I mean, I suppose I can move this over here. Give this thing a bit more of a trunk. There we go. Okay. Just gotta make sure I'm not... set up incorrectly here. Okay, there's some kind of a vent space up above. This is somewhat visual chaos. It's gonna distract me for a bit. Oop, treasure chest. Okay, I do actually really dig the ramming for this. That's very satisfying. Oh, wait. It's that giant tower. At least we seem to heal whenever we go into the build mode. Okay. Do I go for another scanning radar? Sure. So I could go for some extra armor. Haven't messed with that yet. Sure. What's the last one give me? Let's go for a second diamond drill, considering. Okay, so the armor. Hey, what does armor do? Not sure. In that case, let's just move these here for a little bit of symmetry. Even if it's mostly worthless. There we go. Oh, I see. Is this, like, whole big, like, compound in there that I have to bust my way into? Alright, fair enough. At least ramming is pretty satisfying. I mean, a lot of this is immediately presenting a fairly good bullet heaven experience. Driving is a little awkward, and obviously I'm just, like, a little frazzled. Let's see, boost recharge. More armor. I'm gonna go for the boost recharge. Electric cannon. creating arcing bolts that damage nearby objects. So 19 damage times 4. Oh, I mean, it's what, 76 damage? It's not bad. 2 hits. Or 100 damage explosive knockback. I like the idea of both of these. Range is 25, range is 64. I'm going to do the grenade launcher is big. Okay, I can swing this, kind of. Okay, I'm going to just move a handful of these around. Slap that there. Let's see. Well, actually, yeah, I'm just going to have these here for a second. We're going to need another tire. There we go. It gives me a bit of boost recharge. I'll have to decide what I want to do. I'm mostly thinking the grenade launcher and just most explosive weapons are probably going to help. Luckily, we can just ram things as kind of an alternate AoE here, which is quite helpful. Alright. That we're not fully reliant on my guns for damage, which is actually really helpful here, especially when dealing with large groups like this one. Oh man, it is hard to have consistent commentary. So we can do a jet booster, we can do wide grip wheels, so more grip, less boost and acceleration. Or we do boost power, yeah, sure. Flak gun. Explosive weapon triggers when anything gets close. Very limited. Extremely limited. Maybe it's good. I'm going to just do a pair of grenade launchers. Okay, and I just have to be kind of careful not to get completely mobbed here. I guess I should have put that booster on in retrospect. Oh well. I just want to put myself in a position where I can kind of keep ramming them or shelling them from afar. Let's see. Another booster, an extender. Let's go with the turbo cooler. Another grenade launcher, a mine layer. I actually really like the mine layer. Alright, let's rotate this boyo. Okay, I see. So in that case, let's... probably move some tires back so we have a little bit more space. Move these up. Can I put that there? Cool. I'm going to put the turbo booster on the back. Let's see. This whole thing is becoming kind of messy. And as we get larger, I'm sure this is going to be worse, but whatever. Okay, I can leave the rest of these. I don't need my health to get that much higher. Okay, so now we leave mines on top of everything else, which would be pretty good when it comes to dealing with... Ooh, that booster is extremely good. We just need some more boost charge, but we've been stacking that already. Anything that boosts my explosives would also be lovely. Maybe. Oh, there's a treasure chest over there. Yeah, I should probably start heading for whatever that... whatever that mystery spot is, too. Okay. Targeting accelerator. Extra fire rate. Let's see, a blaster cannon. Explode when encountering anything denser than air. Or a bisector saw. Or a rotary machine gun. I don't know, I've been kind of leaning on this whole go big explosive. Let's go for the blaster cannon. It is... we're probably going to have to move some things. I guess I can move this sucker here. Put that lad right there. Okay, and a targeting accelerator, which I think just affects everything, which is awesome. In that case, let's move some things around for a moment, because I can actually fit this in. There we go. Alright. The extra fire rate should make things, it's genuinely a little bit more interesting, a little bit more powerful. So what do we even have in here? Some health. I found a Legion base. Okay, so I guess the strat is just to wreck it as hard as possible. Unfortunately, I don't do that much damage to it. Though, I can keep kind of messing up their walls here. And it should make it a lot easier to mow through groups. I think part of the problem is, since I'm going really hard explosives, my single target damage could actually use some work. Let's go level up. I didn't find any more treasure chests there. I guess I found one. So we got weapon range, explosive damage. And... I mean... commit to the bit, I suppose. Where do we put this? Yeah, is that blocked? I cannot tell. I really wish the ring would actually tell you if it's like... if line of sight is actually being blocked here, because that would be nice. Well, all things considered, let's just get 2 of them. And put them on the sides. I guess because they auto-fire, it's less of an issue. It's more of a problem, I want to say, in TerraTech 1. Because I actually had to worry about, you know, aiming the guns myself. And that was a little problematic sometimes. A lot of experience just kind of off in the wild blue yonder here. Just not great. But what else am I going to do about it? Okay, so health and damage reduction, energy damage, or extent. What the hell is extent? Oh. Extent, I think, is AoE size. So spiked wheel, boost power, grip, max speed. Or boost power, definitely spiked wheels. Orbital laser, blaster cannon, or mine layer. Another mine layer would make sense, but... Ooh. They're big. Well. That's like a 2% acceleration. I don't think we need that in comparison to big wheels. Alright, anything else? Right. The munitions enhancement. Yeah, so I think extent just changes the size of my explosions, which is extremely attractive. I like big booms. Things seem to be going down nice and quick. Let's see. I don't have too much here. I'm just going to kind of park ourselves in a position where all of my explosives can kind of just shred most things. It would help if I was a better driver, but so be it. Ooh, magnet. That's exciting. Alright, got anything else? Doesn't seem like there's anything else, at least on my radar. Let's pop these open and see what we get. Impact damage, energy damage. I guess I'll go for the long plate. Okay, grinder. Energy area, indirect, railgun, grinder. Let's take some of these off. How big is this sucker? Huge. Now, I suppose we can go a bit wider. So I can fit the drills in. I guess once we have some more parts, I might extend a little further. That's fine. Okay. Well, I think this whole place is toast. So I think we can just leave. I'm also feeling pretty strong here, so I think I'm just going to wander off. Especially now that we know magnets are like a consistent thing that you can find. Sometimes. Probably for wrecking bases. Okay, there we go. There's another one. I actually really love this. Like, it's a little frazzling just because there's so much going on, and like, when you're in the thick of it, especially when you're getting a lot of experience very quickly, it can feel overwhelming. But on the flip side, I think this is actually like kind of TerraTech at its best. It may be. I've never actually played TerraTech 1 solo, so I can't speak on the base building elements of that. I know some people really liked the econ that was available. And unfortunately, a lot of my enemies, I think, are spawning way behind me. And that is causing some amount of issues, but holy shit, everything explodes. But yeah, it has that vehicle building element that feels extremely good. And then, like, tons of fun weapons to play around with, too. So another booster. Superconductor. Let's just go rush wheel. Let's see, a railgun. Or another blaster cannon. Okay. Sorry, blasters. You, I don't think you need to be in my build anymore. I'm gonna start prepping to cover the cab. That does present slight issues, though. Whatever. They're not fully blocked yet. Holy smokes, I do damage. Yeah, so this is actually like a substantial base with a lot of juice in it. I don't actually know where the base is exactly. Like the last place there was kind of an overt core. This one just seems to have a lot of really good parts just kind of sitting around. Maybe that was it. Okay, we get a treasure chest. There's like some health there, but I haven't really felt the need for health. Seems pretty generous with it. Okay, we got another point of interest, so I'm probably going to head for that. Okay, more explosive damage, sure. Orbital laser, railgun, None of these are very good. I'll probably do railguns. Okay, so let's see. Hardened ammunition, More explosive damage, very much what we want. Let me see what I can do about this, because I have a whole mess of these little guys. It's not really what I was aiming for. Okay. Hopefully the ballistic cannons are tall enough that these can just shoot over. This is not an aesthetic creature. I will tell you that much. I'll just slap it in there. At least, big bonus, we don't really have to worry too hard about much of anything at the moment. Okay, we did get some more spiked wheels, too. Move those there. Yeah, I just need some more building blocks. Okay. Placement blocks. Yeah, by these suckers. Okay, well, I guess that works. That's not as much in the way. Gonna just do something like that for now. And you have the railgun. I'm gonna just have the railgun shoot backwards. Because what else am I gonna do with it? Okay, there we go. Yeah, well, yeah, I actually don't think we need to worry about attacks, like shots being blocked here. there doesn't seem to be line of sight like there is in regular TerraTech, where you can shoot your own vehicle. I think that was an issue. I forget. It has been a time. Go back. Wow, those spiked wheels work extremely well. As with the grinders, like, I'll have to try some other builds where I'm just, like, bum rushing things with extreme, like, melee damage. Okay. Weapon range is tempting, but no. Salvo missiles. I don't know. I just... put that there. A little bit more explosive damage. There we go. I'll have to move some things around. I mean, I guess we can do this. It's ugly, but sure. Once again, isn't too much of an issue. Okay, yeah, I can bum rush those big guys. Let's go see what... oh, no. There are some more parts over here. Hopefully they're not, like, stupidly far away. Looks like we're fine. Okay, so what's up with this compound? Seems like this is another just base. Oh, and that piece is not breakable. Huh. Dangerous enemy approaches. How dangerous can they be? There we go. Looks like it might be a little bit more bullet hellish, which is something I might have to consider and worry about. Oh, is the orb? Okay, so far the orb is not a concern. Nothing's really harming me. Okay, the orb is coming. Ow. That wasn't so bad. And part of it is I don't have to worry about my parts just getting shredded off of me, which is actually making this feel a lot better. Ow. Okay. Timer. I cannot tell how much health this boss has. Ow. Okay. So, credit where credit is due, the boss hurts. A lot, actually. I shouldn't be trying to fight it in the... I guess, really enclosed area. Unfortunately, this is one of those situations where... this is trying to do bullet hell things, which I don't think works too hot. Like, bullet hell mechanics don't work too hot when players have to drive. But that might just be a me thing. Okay. Jet booster, long plate, or more impact damage. Definitely long plate. Giga grinder. Yeah. Come on. There it is. Please keep the same rotation. It does not. Put that grinder up there. We do actually have some more spots if we want to, though I guess it doesn't matter as much as I thought. So impact damage. Oh, it's ram damage. Yeah, ballistic damage. This isn't ballistic, right? No, it's considered explosive. Okay, I think that's probably good enough, at least for now. Okay, so we're not out of the woods. Oh. I didn't even notice the lightning coming that direction. Okay, at least we get some health. Oh, that was close and extremely painful all the same. Okay, well, we're safe for the moment. I don't know why my health was low. Maybe something was shooting at me? Let's see. I wonder if we can ram through the electro shots. Probably not. Maybe? I don't know. Trying to bullet hell when you're driving a car is a lot harder than, okay, there we go. It's a lot harder than, bullet helling in most other games. I don't think it's, like, a serious problem here, but, dicey. Take the mid-bosses way more seriously. Up until now, I was like, yeah, this isn't bad. This is, in fact, easy. Nope. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. You can, in fact, flip. I'm honestly glad to see it. I'm also very glad that it's easy to flip back. Okay, what the heck is with this rock wall? It's massive. I should have gone the other way around. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess we do just have to go the other way around. There we go. I think the other problem is this game doesn't cope too well with, let's see, it doesn't cope too well with moving around too far. There we go. I see massive resource nodes, but I don't think we can do anything with those. Okay, let's see about this point of interest. Hopefully we can find some more health there. And start leveling up again. I think part of it is, because I'm traveling so far, we're not getting the opportunity to level. This seems substantial. There's also no entrance to it yet. Wonder if it's like a mid-boss arena. If so, I'm probably hosed if I go in, but time to find out. Unless this is one that I've already been into? No. I definitely have not been here before. Damn. Okay, it's just another Legion base. Well, they die extremely easily. Alright, so far so good. I don't think it dropped anything particularly spicy in here. Just a lot of experience. It was kind of a downer. I was hoping that bases would drop more exciting things. But alas. I mean, another magnet would be lovely here. Oh, wait. Speaking of, there was another magnet. There for some reason. Okay, still haven't leveled up. Boy, those diminishing returns are rough. That's something I do actually find slightly frustrating about a lot of bullet heavens, is that there's a weird adherence to diminishing returns. You know, oh, you know, you've leveled up too much. We're gonna slow that down and stop it. You know, after a while, the max level is 30, the max level is 50. And, like, I always find that actually kind of frustrating in these games. I've said in many videos, but very much the sweet spot for bullet heaven, like, progression is you level up every 30 seconds. I've definitely seen it done slower and faster. But at least on my end, like, okay, another mine layer, a boom boom. Okay. Let's move these. I've seen it done at other paces, but it never feels quite right. There was one that you only level up every like 3 minutes and the max level was like 10. And it sucked because most of the levels were like a smidge of bonus damage. You know, nothing interesting. Like, if I'm going to level up that slow, at least have the level ups be extremely impactful and exciting. So I have something to look forward to. Let's see. I guess all things considered, we should probably slap in some random parts. Let's see. Mostly for extra health. Because I'm not going to heal, I might as well get a couple of these. And yeah, let's just slap the extra guns in. Let's see, what else do we have? A bumper. I'm going to put it on my butt. Alright. Is that about as good as I'm going to get it? Yeah, I think so. At least for now. Alright, so I'm at 600 HP. That's manageable. Could be better, could be worse. And so like in this one's case, I actually would say, I kind of wish this game didn't have leveling at all. Like, quite honestly, get rid of it entirely. Just have it be one of those that you routinely, you can just routinely stop and like mess with your ship, or just press a button and mess with your ship. It doesn't really matter. And then like, yeah, have health pickups be a much more like frequent thing so you're not reliant on level ups to heal. Okay. So got another part. And then we've got maybe another base out here. I like maybe I just need to stay static and stop moving as much. Oh, is this another one of these big rings? Looks like that's the case. Where is the entrance? Oh, here it is. Okay. Here's the next entrance. Here it is. Alright, we're good. Yeah, first couple of these bases I found had, like, oodles of health. This has been noticeably stingier. Oof. You gotta watch out for those guys. The electro balls are, like, one of the few things I don't think I can just dash through or avoid. Which is rough because we're going into a boss fight that almost assuredly is going to be shooting at me. I'm just going to keep looking around. I'm also noticing a lot of the like classic resource deposits, but I don't think I can do anything with them. Which is maybe a bit of a shame. Okay, strong enemy approaching. Alright. I'm just gonna have to kind of run around them. I don't entirely know what their deal is. I think that is one small problem. Is the bosses are actually very large. Wow, that sucked. That spawned right on me and my turning was just too bad. We did get some resources there. Okay, so that is actually something I can maybe use. Not yet, though. It looks like. Must be some kind of built-in progression system. Okay, so we tried explosives. It was very good against groups. Let's go for ballistics this time, maybe. But yeah, what I was going to say is, I think there's actually two things. One, the bosses are huge and really hard to see, which is a little rough. Let's see. They're huge and a little hard to see, which is rough, because how the heck are you going to fight them? Grip, grip. Okay, so we can do the blaster, which is ballistic, or diamond drill. Let's just get more of these, slap those on. This is kind of familiar. Yeah, I guess a lot of these enemies don't have a whole lot of health to begin with, so maybe lower damage, higher fire rate is actually kind of good. We'll have to see if I can get into miniguns, but yeah, let's go for a like much more aggressive ballistics build this time around, and see if I can just like gun things down really fast, maybe. Unless we end up going for an energy build by accident. It is possible. But yeah, I was actually going to say, I kind of wish this had a TerraTech camera angle. As opposed to a, like a Survivor-style camera angle. Valence Shell Bonder. This is just a big health boost. Sure. And also the mining laser, the blaster. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea for me to get some amount of stuff. Like impact drills or... We'll see. Okay, max speed, less grip. Diamond drill. I mean, we might as well grab the diamond drill. There we go. Because that'll give me at least a little bit of something. Okay. You level up so fast in the beginning. I wish it was actually, yeah, a little bit more spaced out. Booster. I mean, do I want to try the electric cannon? Sure. Let's see how that feels. Well, it's fun. And does a lot of damage to the little guys. I don't think it's high on my priority list, but I'll have to keep playing around with it. There we go. If I could attach extra stuff to that status effects, or the lightning, that'd be great. Extra fire rate. I should probably equip some of these things. Flak gun. Explosive, though. Okay, let's do some modifications to this boyo. Or hold up. Messed up. There we go. There we go. I don't know why I'm being particular about sandwiching my dude, but whatever. Get these wheels on. Now, last time I built backwards, but considering I want more things shooting in the front, I don't know. Get boosters. Or max HP. And none of those matter. Okay. So now I've got more Tesla going on. Which again, should be very good against groups. I'm not confident in its overall damage though. But I'll make it work. Okay, let's just try and punch our way in here. I mean, easy to punch. Yeah, early on the electro cannon is extremely satisfying. Oh my god. Okay. Purely on aesthetics alone, that's a winner of a gun. Can I shoot these guys? I can, but I should probably finish this base instead. Grab those parts. Because yeah, we want to take this out. I want to get some better weapons, though. Okay. Regular damage? Sure. Well, I mean... when in doubt, except Palpatine. The problem is it just doesn't do that much damage. Yeah, don't have quite enough juice. Work on that. Oop. Let's just go drifting. I wonder if having really low grip is actually extremely helpful for ramming attacks. Might be. So I'm going to go for that. A rotary machine gun. Just go there. I'm just going to slap these in here for now. We don't have many other parts to use. Okay. What is this thing it's telling me about? I have no idea. Maybe it's just resource tower. Okay. Health and damage reduction. Yes. Another rotary machine gun. Move that there. Move that there. Move that here. All right. I mean, credit where credit is due. That is satisfying. I think the one problem is the rotary machine guns don't have the best firing angle. But gosh, they cut through things. Takes them a bit to hit, though. I'll have to play around with them and look at what their, like, range is. Okay. One way or another, damage feels good. Stent. Yeah, bigger explosions and plasma cutters, but no. Oh, plasma cutter. Sure. Slap that there. Give me another big booster. All right. Oh, I see the point of the plasma cutter. It's just the lance that comes off the front. I mean, that's got merits. Okay, we know there's something over here. We know there's something in both directions, which is good and bad. Again, I haven't missed anything. It's not yelling at me about that. There we go. Yeah, I like the idea of the big ballistics guns. They do a really good job against hordes. It's going to be tricky against a boss, though. Like, if I could strafe or something, it wouldn't be too bad. Legion Factory. Interesting. I actually kind of wish this had, instead of a time limit, you could go forever, but you just had a bunch of objectives to clear out. Like, take out X amount of factories and whatnot. I still haven't decided exactly where I want to land on this one. Okay. Let's see. Extend weapon range or explosive damage. Well, there's ballistics damage. Okay, railgun. Part of the problem is this whole thing is just extremely limited. But alas, oh well. Okay, let's just move a couple of these things. I don't know. I'm gonna sink those there for some reason. Let's see, we actually have a lot of space. Do we just... I'm going to take these wheels off. Put that there. Oh, we did get a scanning radar somewhere in this process. There we go. Put that there. Put that there for now. Weapons range and a little bit of damage reduction. Heavy emphasis on little bit. Oh, cool. I can put the plates on the bottom. It just doesn't seem like it does quite enough damage to be like a primary focus. And there's a little bit of a cooldown to it too. But who knows? This is where I wish I could re-roll. Say, hey, this doesn't fit any of my preferred builds or options. Yeah, the explosives definitely felt like king. I think their only immediate issue was just lower fire rate, and even then it wasn't like heinously low. Oh, that mostly worked out. Yeah, I like the Teslas. I'll have to keep messing with those. They feel like they have a lot of potential. I mean, I could try the orbital laser. Imprecise circles the tech with devastation, or we could try the railgun. Does not fire fast, though. Okay, I'm gonna do something silly. We're gonna put a Tesla tower on this thing. There we go. That should work. Give another one of those. Okay, so the laser just shells anything kind of randomly. Hence why they said imprecise. Okay, I mean, big ups, that does do a lot of damage. Okay, we've got a magnet over here. Which is good because I've definitely taken a lot of damage. I could use some healing. I do wonder if I'd actually be better off, like, having my guns pointed at my butt. Because you do end up spending a fair bit of time running away from things. Repair rate. That's a new one. Haven't seen. Alright. Well. Let's give some... Let's try some alternatives. Because yeah, I've got 2 of these, and yeah, repair rate sounds like it's going to be extremely good. And yeah, I can just slap these guns here. What else am I using them for? I'm a monster. Yeah, so the repair rate is some amount of HP every X number of seconds. I'll take it. It's not very fast. I think it's 5 HP every 5 seconds. Okay, well, I guess I should just probably bail. I think we've cleared this area out. We've got another point of interest to go to. I definitely need to find some better tires. Get my max speed up higher. Feels like I've been letting it drop. Well, this is a very silly build. Okay, GSO storage. That should be good. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Okay, what do we got? More ballistics, more impact damage. I mean, I guess I'll go for the ballistics damage, because what else am I going to invest in other than orbital lasers? That isn't really what I was hoping for. I guess one thing I can do, because I'm not using this much, I'm gonna get rid of these. I could actually take these and move them here. Oh, but I wish they were just a little further forward. Okay. This is kind of a dumb Franken vehicle. Let me see what I can do about this. This here. Move this out. Move this back. Let's see. We've got this one here. I haven't been the most impressed with those, to be honest. I'm not sure if ultimately I'm going to like the... Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to like the lasers as much as I want to. Oh. Fair enough. But there's a certain appeal to that I can't deny. Have that shoot backwards. I don't know. I'll just slap that there just in case something's in the way. Let's see. That good enough? No. We also have some extra ballistic damage. It's just... I don't know if extra ballistic damage is really what I'm looking for here. Yeah, so the problem with the lasers is they don't target anything, I think. They're just firing, like, pell-mell. And so, can they do a lot of damage? Yes. Are they liable to? Okay, cannot ram through lightning. So yeah, the problem I'm running into here a little bit is I have no easy way of hitting this boss without potentially opening myself up to a tremendous amount of harm. Okay. And like, I've done a decent amount of damage to it. Yeah, the lightning chains don't do enough damage to, like, really... to really be worth it. Yeah, warning, health low. Yeah, no kidding. 46 HP. Whereas the heavy... overusage of explosives worked great last time because they had AoE, they had damage, and they were omnidirectional. So I didn't have to worry about them as much. Like, if the lasers were just a little bit more, like, they'd pick a target, I think I'd be super gung-ho about them. I guess I'll grab the railgun. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, I'm just gonna slap it there. Some more weapon range. Impact damage, which we're not using. I mean, I suppose we are. We have the extender, but I don't know what to do with that. I think that'll do. I have no good way of hitting this guy. Because all my shots are either going to fly wild or go elsewhere. Yeah. Do we give that another shot? I think we give it one more shot. And go back to Old Faithful. Like, I could see a build that leans really hard into the Teslas being good, but they kind of stop showing up after a certain point. The game's loot and equipment system seems to work off of rarities. And I don't think ramming is worth it in a, you know, in a game with bosses that just, you cannot ram through. Sprint wheel? Sure. Flak gun. Well, we do know it's an explosive. Yeah, just getting a bunch of flak guns might not be a bad idea on top of everything. I don't know what his fire rate is, but maybe that's okay. There we go. But I think the bosses would be legitimately less of a problem if I could actually see where I was, like, go into third-person view. I also recognize that, like, not what the designers intended. It just feels like, a lot of bullet heavens are unnecessarily restricted to the idea. Oh wow, the flak gun is good. A lot of bullet heavens are unnecessarily restricted to the idea of... Let's see, mining laser, blaster. They're all ballistic. I guess we could try the mining lasers since we haven't yet. There we go. Let's swap these tires out. Who needs grip anyway? Move them there. That should be good. That's decent damage. But yeah, a lot of bullet heavens like really lean into the whole kind of top-down look. I think that's fine, but let's see. Boost duration is tempting, sure. Another flak gun, sure. I mean, at this point, I can safely say that they're extremely good. That's just 50 damage constantly. Because they fire extremely fast. Get a little bit of boost. I think I'd rather just go double long block. Some repair rate. And I really wish there was just a way to say, like, neither of these. Insufficient connections. I just wish I could replace that. Thank you. Slap those there. I'll figure everything else out. And, like, there's definitely a couple of these bullet heavens that I've played over the last X number of years where it's like, no, actually, I think this would have been better as, like, a character action game. Or a like, over-the-shoulder shooter. but it is hard to break away from the formula. I get that. Capacitor for some damage, sure. Don't really want any of these. I guess I'll grab the electro cannon just because. I just want more flax. Can you imagine if I had like 4 flak cannons right off the face? Fortunately, I don't think my flak cannons were working against those guys, but that's okay. Or those guys, those walls. Yeah, I very much have to like park my face up to them. But it does work. There's so many enemies just parked outside that wall. Alright, so far so good. Pickup range is tempting, but let's go for the repair rate. Yeah, does it say how often it is? Nope. Okay, let's merc through those guys real quick. Alternatively, back our butt to a wall. Let the flak handle things, kind of. Not as well as I would have liked it to, but that's okay. And sure, let's just pop this open. We did get another chest. 20 armor? Sure. Still don't know what armor does exactly. There it is. The grenade launcher is, I think, the only, like, true forward-facing explosive. Well, no, I guess the flak. And I guess if you want to be really pedantic and include the, getting my mine layers to bear on that doesn't seem to be working. But yeah, the mine layer is also, like, back-facing, I suppose. And should be treated as such. Or assumed as such? I don't know. Explosive damage. Another mine layer would be nice, but, oh, come on. Oh, it did work. Okay. We should probably slap these off at this point. There we go. Yeah, we can fit some more stuff on this sucker. Eventually. Spread those out a little bit. Put that there. Cool. Oh, that boosts my max health a bunch. I wonder if you could actually go for like a really hard charging melee build that's just like wide as hell. Probably. Yeah, so the problem is I don't do enough damage to take out the base bits. Actually making this much tougher. Okay, we definitely want the spiked wheel. There it is. There's the lad. Okay, how are we fitting this? Could do that. I think I might want to just take these, move them up. Put that there. And get some spiked wheels. Oh. I forgot. They're stinking huge. That'll do. Okay, that gives me a decent chunk of turning radius. Which we definitely need. Please kill it. I wish to be free of this nightmare hellhole that I've found myself stuck. Ooh, that was different. I do actually wonder if clearing these facilities is even worth it, or if you're actually just better off hanging out in one specific location and fighting things, because the experience doesn't seem to be worth the time. It's really just the storage depots that have been worth the effort. Because, yeah, I can't use those materials for anything. I'm assuming that's going to be our meta progression later on. Okay. Well, impact, energy, explosive damage. Fire rate. More upgrades to fire rate would be extremely nice. Okay, put that there, and we're good. Oh, bonus treasure chest. And right, there were some extra blocks up here. Alright, now let's get out of here, because this place is a mess. Yeah, would I actually just be better off hanging out in a field fighting a bunch of things rather than going for it? You know, let's give it a shot. Because the only thing I really benefit from, maybe for going for one of those facilities, is a magnet or parts. But enemies seem to drop parts plenty. Parts and specifically extra chests, which gives me agency options. Let's see. Range, boost power, more explosive damage. I mean, I could grab the grinder. I think it's not really to my preference, but I don't have anything better to put there at the moment, so sure. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna hang out and murk things, because they spawn faster if I just drive in circles, I think. Ow. That sucker was ready. Yeah, if you're charging them, you can kind of micro-stun them into not hitting you. Oh. And it was a random enemy that dropped a magnet there. Okay, yeah, I don't know if there's a reason for me to do facilities at the moment. Weapon range could be kind of good, but I don't think we need it. Second grinder. I mean... it's an option. Yeah, I don't think the armor needs to be location specific. Okay. Let's get some more of these. Because I can fit other things in. And I can always move the mine layer out if I need to. Yeah, this is mostly working. I think I should... well, I mean, hopefully we can get even more of the omnidirectional cannons. Let's see, how we doing? I mean, it feels like we're doing considerably better than last time. We actually have some self-healing. We've got a considerable portion of the guns that I'm looking for. Main thing is the diminishing returns are starting to hit, but like not that bad. Here we go. And yeah, I'm doing a fairly good job of mulching them. Not doing the best job of avoiding damage during the process. Ballistic damage, explosive damage. Giga grinder. I mean, feels necessary. Thing is, I'm not going for much of a contact damage build. Okay. Is there really anything else? No. Yeah, I wish the objectives were a little spicier. The big one I would say is I wish you could actually upgrade parts that you have for clearing them. You know, if the locations gave you more than just a bonus, like some extra currency, which you get from just fighting things anyway. Points of interest should give a higher reward rate than normal, or something you can't get normally. At least that's kind of my opinion on the matter. Death Must Die is a kind of a good example of that, where, you know, it's where you get a lot of your just basic passive stats. Are you kidding me? We're just getting more of these. I mean, alright. Swap that out. Swap this there. Alright, explosive damage is just doubled. I think the big one I want is just a bunch of fire rate if I can. Probably also look at these random parts that I've been getting. Because I'm not being told about them, I kind of forget to check. Okay. This guy reminds me of... Is it Balteus? Whatever the first like real, well, second real boss in Armored Core. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting from this. I think it's just the like hard to dodge energy circles and the ring. Like, I'm actually getting legitimately better about fighting this sucker. Mostly just owing to the fact of knowing how to dodge it. I say as I eat a hit. Okay, I don't think that was worth it. Which is... I think the one issue I'm gonna give is that I really wish you could, like, stun a boss by, like, running through them or something. Like, oh, yeah, if they had a stun bar. And you could stun them by doing, like, a power ram through them, as long as you have enough impact damage. Just really some way to make the grinders actually good against them, because as it stands, this is a complete porcupine boss. Jersh. Okay, at least the boss is dead. However, that went very badly for me in the end. Oh, can I hurt myself with my own landmines? No, I don't think so. Okay, at least we got some health up here. There we go. Okay, now we're up to the lightning ball enemies. Oh, well. More explosive damage. More of those. It's just more damage. So the salvo missiles do more damage, but have less of a, what was that, knockback. They do more damage, have a higher rate of fire. Their range isn't as good. I'll take it anyway. Okay. And then we just get rid of these at this point. I'm so glad I don't have to worry about, like, protecting parts of this thing. Actually, hold up. I'm just going to make it bigger. Now we can put these up here. Also means I got room for that. And these. Bonus impact damage. I mean, it's an option. We also have more spiked wheels. Okay, I'm going to move the mine layer to be right here. One of those, take these off, get some more spiked wheels. Okay, boost tank duration. I don't think we need more than that. Absolute clod beast that I've built here, but that's okay. I don't think I'm going to go for missiles over the cannons, though. Maybe they're better than I give them credit for, but they do feel a little inaccurate. Well, on the plus side, my handling is extremely good. Yeah, are those missiles actually aiming for enemies? That's the one thing I cannot tell with some of these. Like, I know all of the turret-based things, I'm not going to say they have perfect accuracy, so much as they just aim at an enemy. Whereas, like, the missiles and the orbital laser you'd think would be more accurate than they actually are. Okay. Noticed my vehicle's picked up a bit of a, like, kind of as it moves around. Which is a little distracting. Oh, don't ram those things. I think I'm gonna repeat. I love the idea of the impact damage, but this game really doesn't want you to use it. The bosses they're not immune to it so much as that they do contact damage to you as well. And there's enough enemies that just punish you for trying. And so it's like, I can't imagine going for an impact build on this one and actually having a good time. Maybe I'm being closed-minded, and maybe there's actually plenty of ways to make it work, but some part of me is just like, it feels like the game's not built for that. I think what I'd say within it is, this feels like a, you know, standard twin-stick bullet hell shooter adapted into a bullet heaven, adapted into a TerraTech bullet heaven, without that much consideration into how to make the formula exactly work. And I think elements of that are kind of fine, but I mean, I guess I'll snag it. It's just kind of unnecessary. Like, how would I talk about with this one? Well, I mean, like the big laser balls that you have to kind of dodge through. That's really hard to do when you've got, like, slow turning. You know, it's a half second before I start turning back the opposite direction. So if I need to make, like, a quick turn, I guess maybe if I hit the boost, that's just as liable to send me flying into an enemy attack as not. Did we just get another magnet? We did. That's interesting. Okay. Well, like, I don't necessarily begrudge that. I think it makes it interesting. You know, harder to dodge. I've seen a lot of people try and make cars work as a bullet heaven format. And most of the time I kind of turn up my nose at them because it just doesn't feel good. This is the only one where I think it does feel good, but I think it does still run into that issue of not enough of the game is kind of built around being a vehicle, you know, that, you could replace the character I'm playing as with like an actual just person running around with a gun, and it would feel largely the same. And oh, hey, you know, there was that one where you were like Wukong and you could turn into a car. That actually did some level of the car physics quite well and gave you a reason to transform. Ow. Yeah, I think it just drove straight through an electro ball. Because it's really hard to see them in the midst of all of this, and really hard to dodge them. And like, they're big too, is the tricky part. So like, now that these enemies are just kind of regularly part of the group, I just am randomly going to take damage with almost no easy way to avoid it. Extent, which we do want. And a boom boom. Okay, so let's move some things. Let's see. I'm going to get rid of the impact damage. We don't need it that bad. Extent is good. We frankly needed more of it earlier, but that's okay. I'm also really surprised we didn't get more flak. You know, like, there's a lot of interesting kind of build crafting options and parts, but there's kind of few and far between. And so what I'd almost kind of wish is that this was just formatted like regular TerraTech. Like, I like the hordes of enemies. It is satisfying blasting through them. But I almost kind of feel like just adapting TerraTech 1 down with some minor tweaks might have fit the theme better. I'm specifically thinking, like, I like destroying enemies and then popping parts off of them, and that doesn't exist in this one. I like some of the energy management in TerraTech. I think it was kind of fiddly, along with the economy and whatnot. I don't know. I think just maybe a little bit too much of the TerraTech identity was sacrificed to make this into a bullet heaven, and I'd love to see it go back the opposite direction, just a little bit. Or if it's going to commit like this, I'd like to see, you know, a little bit more messing with the parts. And how much junk am I carrying around that I wish I could, like, sell and grind? You know, even just like a shop, like at one of those points of interest, would actually go really far. Where it's like, hey, here's a bunch of parts I don't want. Oh, cool, I can buy extra flax, or I can upgrade, you know, one of my things to be more interesting. You know, if you're going to go really bullet heavy with it, you can also do stuff like adding evolutions and synergies and stuff like that, you know. Hey, if you've got like these 3 modules present, they all get an upgrade. Little stuff like that would go a long way for the build crafting and would fit well enough with the bullet heaven theme. It would just move farther away from like what TerraTech is. But I think right now it sits in this kind of weird elbow where it's like not really committed to being a full bullet heaven. It is, but, like, not to the same extent that, say, extent of quality depth that, say, like, Death Must Die, or even Deep Rock Galactic hits. But it's not quite willing to get rid of the TerraTech trappings either, and so it ends up feeling maybe just a little confused. Not strictly in a, like, this is bad way, so much as a... there's a lot of bullet heavens out there, and there are no TerraTech bullet heavens, and so it feels like... Okay, which direction are you going? Okay, there we go. It feels like it could commit to the TerraTech side a little bit more, I think stand out. Or it can try and push the envelope and be a bullet heaven with some really interesting ideas. I don't think I'm going to be hitting the boss too hard here. Okay, is it always the same direction? Looks like it is. Just have to be careful, considering he's right next to a rock. Ow! Okay. I think I'm going to actually move, like, find a bigger open space where I don't have to worry about the boss. Yeah, this seems reasonably good. I'll be over here. I don't want to have to try and dodge a laser around a giant rock. You know, in some other bullet heavens where I'm smaller and more dexterous, I think that would work. Here, no. Yeah, let's give him a bit of a wide berth, because I think it immediately deploys those giant orbs. Did it just go ow at me? Ow. Alright. I'm just going to reposition a bit. Not really. Oof. And the other one I'd bring up once again is just the fact that you really stop leveling up after a certain point. And I think that's kind of a mistake. That, you know, you gain like 10 levels really fast, and then the final level is just, let's see. You gain 10 levels very fast, and then like the remaining 7 just take forever. Just have it be a flat every 30 seconds you level up. I'd even say get rid of the experience system entirely. Just have it be like a regular timed drop. And then, you know, whatever chests and other parts you get in between, that's, you know, that's your quote-unquote leveling system instead. I think that would honestly feel a lot better. Because experience works if you have to, like, really tempt players into taking risks to go get it. But with this game, you don't need experience points. You just have parts and chests and weird stuff. Like, even to the point of these bases with the big question mark, don't have it be a question mark. Have it be something overt, like, hey, there's a big explosives cache here. Is that a weapon you're building for? Head for that. Ooh, it's, like, riddled with enemies, and it's much tougher, which gives you more experience, but is also a lot deadlier. Maybe that's good. Driving around a little bit, you see another one. Hey, this one's got a lot of health in it. And so not only does it heal you, but maybe it gives you a couple of parts that modify your health, either increasing your maximum or giving you armor or giving you fast healing, stuff like that. You know, drive past another point of interest. Ooh, this one's got upgrades. You know, it doesn't drop any new parts apart from random drops, but this one will let you tweak a part, you know, even to the point where you can mulch an old weapon. Ooh, that'd be it. You can mulch old weapons and apply their, like, whatever their stat boost is. So, like, hey, you know, here's the basic blaster. It just gives you a small rate of fire increase. Oh, you want to put that on your mine layer so you're just spitting mines at the back? Sure, go for it. And you can even have, like, little upgrade trees for the mine layers and all the different weapons of, like, you know, oh, you've leveled this weapon up a couple of times. You want the mine layer to fire, like, just in a line? Or what if it just dumps clusters every once in a while, and, like, larger paths that do less damage? Little stuff like that I think would go a very, very long way at making this game feel better. Because as it stands, it's like, it's almost there to being good. And it's got a long way from being great, but I could see it making it there with some work. But for now, at least, I think I'm going to just repeat that TerraTech Legion is available now as part of the Steam Next Fest. So if you want to pick it up and play it yourselves, just follow the link in the description below. Despite my criticisms, I think this is a neat idea. I think it's got a lot going for it. I think it needs some feedback and testing and player attention just to get it the rest of the way. But I guess with all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.